Hey everybody, this is Misty Gradinger here, and I'm going to talk about the basics of aperture. Aperture is an adjustable opening inside the lens, and to adjust that opening we use the f-stop ring on the outside of the lens. Aperture controls the amount of light let in the camera, and aperture also controls the depth of field. Let's talk about how aperture controls the amount of light let in the camera. Since aperture is an adjustable opening, large apertures are going to allow more light to come in through the lens, and small apertures are going to offer less light to come in through the lens. Small apertures have a large f number, and large apertures have a small f number. Let's look at the light that comes in through the lens. If we close the aperture by one stop from f11 to f16, half as much light comes through the lens. If we open our aperture by one stop from f11 to f8, twice as much light enters in through the lens. So you can see here how aperture plays a part in our overall exposure. Depth of field. Depth of field is basically what's sharp and what's not sharp in a photograph. A shallow depth of field, that means there's less in focus, and a deep depth of field, there is more in focus from the foreground to the background. Let's take a look at some examples. These are two examples of shallow depth of field. As you can see, the cub and the tomatoes in the foreground are in relatively sharp focus, and the background is soft and a little bit blurry, which draws more attention to our subject. So if you'd like to create images like these, you'd want to use a small f number. These two images are an example of deep depth of field. As you can see, from the foreground all the way to the background is in relative sharp focus. And to create images like this, you want to use a large f number. Get your free stuff at www.studiof8.com. Until next time.